First round of the ECAC Women's Hockey Playoffs kick off Friday for the Bobcats. Quinnipiac will travel down to south to New Jersey to take on the Princeton Tigers for the first game of a best-of-3 series. The winner of the ECAC playoffs will earn an automatic berth into the NCAA Women's Ice Hockey Championship. Princeton edged out Quinnipiac in the ECAC standings to get home ice advantage for the series. The teams split their 2 regular season meetings. The Quinnipiac men's team will close its regular season this weekend. The Bobcats will host Monmouth on Thursday at 7 o'clock and Fairleigh Dickinson Saturday at 4. Quinnipiac sits in second place in the Northeast Conference with an 11-5 record. With 2 more wins, the Bobcats would clinch the number 2 seed for the upcoming NEC tournament. The SEC playoffs are underway this week. The number 12-seeded Hampton High Dragons will be facing a tough challenge against Fairfield Prep, who ranked as high as 7th in the state poll earlier this season. After the 2 teams split their regular season games against each other, the 3rd and final meeting will decide which team moves on. QNN's Matthew Smirka has the story.
Hampton's boys
From high school to the professional ranks, the NBA's trade deadline has come and gone. Stars like Carmelo Anthony, Deron Williams, and Baron Davis will don new uniforms. Anthony landed in New York and scored 27 points in his debut at Madison Square Garden and a 114-108 Knicks win over the Milwaukee Bucks. Fellow newcomer Chauncey Billups added 21 of his own in the win. Williams will make his New Jersey Nets debut Friday night in San Antonio against the NBA best Spurs, while Davis will start his Cleveland Cavaliers career also on Friday against Anthony, Billups, and the New York Knicks. St. Louis Cardinals ace Adam Wainwright will miss the entire 2011 Major League season after an MRI revealed structural damage in his right elbow. Wainwright initially felt discomfort after his bullpen session on Monday. He will need Tommy John surgery to repair the elbow, and this is a huge blow to one of the prohibitive favorites in the National League Central. Wainwright had won at least 19 games the last 2 seasons for the Cardinals. Now that wraps it up for sports. Back to you guys at the news desk. In other NHL playoff action last night, the Vancouver Canucks defeated the defending champion Chicago Blackhawks 2-0. The Phoenix Coyotes fell on the road to the Detroit Red Wings 4-2. And tonight, 3 other series get underway as the Boston Bruins will host their hated rivals, the Montreal Canadiens. The Buffalo Sabres will head to Philly to battle the Flyers, and the San Jose Sharks will host their California rivals, the Los Angeles Kings. The guys on the hard court also begin their postseason this weekend. The New York Knicks have qualified for the playoffs for the first time since 2004. They will take on their rivals from the North and defending Eastern Conference champion Boston Celtics. The defending NBA champion LA Lakers will take on Chris Paul and the New Orleans Hornets, and MVP candidate Derrick Rose will lead the Chicago Bulls into a first-round clash with the Indiana Pacers. The Bulls finished with the best record in the Eastern Conference. The last time they did that, some guy named Michael Jordan was leading them to their 6th title of the decade. Now, you know the old saying goes that April showers bring May flowers, but as Jeff Olson tells us, April showers can also bring trouble to some sports teams at Cheshire High. Softball team looks to continue their quest for an NEC championship this weekend. The Bobcats will welcome the Long Island Blackbirds to Hampden this weekend for a pair of doubleheaders. First pitch will be at 1 p.m. Saturday and at noon on Sunday. QU currently sits atop the conference standings with Central Connecticut holding a 6-2 record. They will look to extend their winning streak, which stands at 3 games. Quinnipiac's junior pitcher Kyle Birdsall threw the first no-hitter in school history this past Saturday against Monmouth. The accolades didn't stop there, as Birdsall was honored with the CBN Louisville Slugger National Player of the Week for his effort. He also took home the Northeast Conference Pitcher of the Week award. He is the 9th pitcher from Quinnipiac ever to do so, the last being Alex Russo in April of last year. That'll do it for sports today. We'll throw it back to Alex and Mary Catherine at the news desk. Welcome to QNN Sports. I'm Thomas Buto. This is the final weekend of conference play for Bobcats softball. They currently sit 2nd in the NEC at 11-5, just 1 back in the loss column to Bryant. Quinnipiac will take a long trip to Quaker County to take on the Robert Morris Colonials along with the St. Francis Red Flash. With a strong performance this weekend and some help from Bryant, they could find themselves in first place in the conference. Meanwhile, in baseball, the Bobcats have not had the same success. QU is in the midst of a tough stretch, having lost 11 of their last 12 games. The guys will look to reverse that trend this week as they host their in-state rival, the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils, for 4 games. The Bobcats trail the Blue Devils by 5 in the loss column in the race for the 4th and final NEC playoff spot. In sports, it's pretty common that friends will have the chance to play on the same team in high school, but to play on the same team in college, well, that's a rarity. Jeff Olson has more. Amidst the labor dispute, the NFL draft will carry on as normal beginning tonight. Star prospects such as Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Cam Newton, LSU cornerback Patrick Peterson, and Alabama defensive tackle Marcel Darius vie to accomplish their childhood dream of playing in the National Football League. The first round will be aired live tonight, the second and third round will be televised Friday night, and the final 4 rounds will take place on Saturday, all from Radio City Music Hall in New York City. Stick around for more QNN Sports later in the broadcast, and we'll throw it back to Jenna and Samantha at the news desk.
Thank you, Tom.